Chapter 7: Making Arcane. Bringing the colorful, complex world of League of Legends to life was never going to be a simple task. And yet, somehow Riot Games assembled a team of animators, voice actors, directors, and producers who took the world they built and were able to make something special within it. They crafted a show that doesn't only do the League of Legends universe and Runeterra justice, but also stands on its own as one of the finest pieces of animation in recent history. Arcane's journey to the screen began all the way back in 2012. This was the year that Riot's composer Christian Linke encountered a unique music video while working on music of his own for a League project. The music video in question was one with a very distinct art style, La Gaviota by Limousine. Its striking animation was created by Fortiche, a renowned French animation studio recognized for their distinctive and innovative approach to animation. When Linke laid eyes on that video, he must have been pretty impressed. The smooth, naturalistic animation, the blending of stylized 3D and 2D elements, and small touches like lens flare and dust give the La Gaviota music video a unique feel. Like it's realistic enough that it could take place in our world, but it's also ethereal and stylized in a way that gives it a dreamlike quality. There weren't many other studios accomplishing visuals like these at the time, which led Christian to make his next move. He reached out to Fortiche to collaborate with him and Riot on something they wanted to be just as visually unique as their prior work. A project that turned out to be the 2013 music video for Get Jinxed. Like La Gaviota, Get Jinxed also blends 3D and 2D art. But Jinx's manic energy and penchant for chaos gave Fortiche more opportunity to create explosive visuals and cinematic camera work. This was also one of the first pieces of media created to accompany League, and needless to say, it was very well received. Get Jinxed is currently sitting pretty with 130 million views on YouTube. Between La Gaviota and Get Jinxed, you can already see Fortiche's art style evolving into what would later define Arcane. That evolution took another step with their next Riot collaboration, the 2014 music video for Warriors by Imagine Dragons. That video is a complete visual departure from what the studio had made before, using a 3D enhanced 2D aesthetic instead of the primarily 3D visuals they had come to be known for. However, whether you want to attribute it to the song or the visuals, Warriors has more than 3 times the views of Get Jinxed, 426 million since its release in September 2014. Hey Rioters, before we go on, did you know only a small crew of you, less than 5%, are subscribed? We're passionate about creating killer League content and building a strong community here. If you're enjoying this video, why not become part of our crew by hitting that subscribe button? Now, let's get back to the video. With 2 resounding successes under their belt, the working relationship between Riot and Fortiche was solidified. Fans also took a liking to the distinctive look of those projects, further making Fortiche the obvious choice for what Riot began brewing in 2015. A full-length series set in the League of Legends universe. The idea for the series came from Christian Linke himself. He started at Riot in September 2010 as a data analyst, but worked his way up to the coveted position of composer for all of League's music in a year. While most of his time was spent producing awesome music and building Riot's team of composers, Linke also became acquainted with the visual side of things and how they complemented his own audio work. He had a hand in creating and directing everything from login screens to music videos, cinematics, opening ceremonies, and more. In the years following his promotion, Riot had spent a ton of time and resources expanding League's reach and strengthening players' connections to the characters and world through music videos and cinematics like A Twist of Fate. With the immense success they had experienced up to that point in 2015, Linke suggested that Riot expand their efforts into an entire animated series. The studio didn't need much convincing beyond that, but Linke needed someone to help him bring his idea to life. A partner who rose through the ranks at Riot around the same time as him, Alex Scribbles Yee. We know Alex Yee today as a creative designer at Riot, but he didn't start out in that esteemed position. He actually began his career at Riot as a player support specialist, handling player issues and identifying as well as reporting in-game bugs for fixing. Like Linke, Yee was promoted to associate creative designer and then full creative designer early on in his time at Riot. In his role, Yee strongly influenced the creation and backstories of League's characters as they were released. Between 2015 and 2016, Christian Linke and Alex Yee wrote the series to follow two characters they helped create in the early days of Riot Games, Jinx and Vi. According to Linke and Yee, these sisters have always been special to them since their creation over a decade ago, and they were an easy choice when it came to deciding who in the League roster their show would focus on. They're polar opposites, and the showrunner duo correctly knew that exploring their dynamic relationships, struggles, and origins would make for a compelling series. But that's only half of what makes Arcane special. On the visual side, Pascal Charrue, Jérôme Combe, and Arnaud Delard, the founders of Fortiche, helped them develop the visual style and animation. While it appears to be a combination of the rendering techniques used in prior Riot projects, Arcane's graphic style was actually developed from the ground up by Fortiche, with Riot giving their stamp of approval on what they were shown. The lead animator of Arcane has said in the past that Fortiche's goal in creating Arcane was to make something that felt real, raw, and even a little bit gruesome at times. They wanted their characters to have imperfections and avoid the watered-down nature that animated projects tend to have. The dynamic team of creators at Riot and Fortiche got the ball rolling, and things began to come together almost immediately. However, despite the fast progress, Arcane had a long road to release, a total of 6 years. More than half of that development time was handled in secret, but there was enough of Arcane completed by October 2019 that Riot was able to announce the show just in time for League of Legends' 10th anniversary. The first look at the show and its unique 2D/3D animation riled fans up quite a bit, but Arcane still needed more time in the oven at that point. The Arcane team worked on the series for 2 more years, signing on big-name voice talent and calling on past collaborators to create the final touches and put the last pieces in place. In September 2021, Netflix announced the voice cast for Arcane. Taking on the role of Vi would be Haley Steinfeld, who we saw as Kate Bishop in the Hawkeye series and heard as Gwen Stacy in Sony's Spider-Verse films. Ella Purnell, who you might recognize as Lucy in Amazon's Fallout series, was cast as Jinx. Apparently, she's just cut out for kick-ass video game adaptations. Rounding out the main cast is Kevin Alejandro as Jace, who is most notable for his run on the Lucifer TV series as well as the ongoing show Fire Country. In addition to those names, the rest of Arcane's cast consists of voice acting royalty. People like Robin Atkin Downs, Mick Wingert, Erica Lindbeck, Roger Craig Smith, Fred Tadashori, and Yuri Lowenthal all lent their skills to help bring the characters of Arcane to life. With all the pieces in place, Arcane was looking like it was ready to take the spotlight. And then, Worlds 2021 happened. At this massive event, Arcane fully took the spotlight. The entire opening ceremony to the biggest League of Legends competition of the year was focused on Arcane. There were clips of the show interspersed with musical performances of the show's soundtrack by Imagine Dragons, Bia Miller, Denzel Curry, and more, all of which were filmed to look like they were taking place in the world of Arcane. It was an impressive first showing, but that wasn't the end of the Arcane hype. Riot got fans pumped for the show's premiere through their RiotX Arcane initiative, which launched events in their entire slate of games. If you happen to live in Los Angeles in November 2021, there was also a live-action Arcane experience created in collaboration with Netflix and Secret Cinema that completely immersed fans in that world. And, well, the rest is history. Arcane premiered on Netflix on November 6th and has gone on to win an avalanche of awards, being recognized at everything from the Annie Awards to the Game Awards and much more. It even became the very first streaming series to win a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Animated Program. Now, we wait to see if Riot and Fortiche can make lightning strike twice. Obviously, Arcane was a slam dunk for everyone involved. However, Riot and Fortiche aren't finished with this story just yet. The production of Season 2 was announced shortly after Arcane's finale premiered, and on January 5th, 2024, a teaser trailer gave us a tease of what we can expect when the show releases. The mad scientist, Singed, is up to something, and boy does that definitely look like Warwick hanging out from the ceiling. Fan theory suggests that the big bad wolf might be a character we know from Season 1, but we'll just have to wait till November to see how things play out, and we couldn't be more excited. If you found this video informative and entertaining, please consider giving it a thumbs up, sharing it with your friends, and leaving a comment below with your thoughts. For more captivating content and to stay updated with our latest videos, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your support means the world to us. See you in the next video.